and it was the trip from hell. We had water ingress in the lockers. We had water showering down into the companionway. We had the Ingalls freezer stop working.
I don't know if I was on the same boat as you. We had a couple of days that were a little wild and crazy. Some repairs underway, but we had some really good sailing out there too. I wouldn't call it the trip from hell by any stretch.
So this is Monday, the 28th of October, 2019. It is 8:59 a.m. and we are departing from Mulmi Bay in Fiji, and our next destination is Morrison Point in Whangarei, New Zealand.
I believe we're going to have a pretty good crossing. All the stars lined up. It looks like we've got some decent wind all the way, and Dazzler's going to step up and treat us well.
What do you have to say about the smooth sailing now?
Isn't it awesome?
No, it's not awesome. It's scary.
It could be a lot worse.
I have decided that I am a fair weather sailor because I don't like this. We've had 30 knot winds and a couple meter seas, and it's chunky.
Yeah, I forget the number, but it's called near gale.
Yeah, near gale winds. Yeah, this is not what I like. Holy crackle, yeah. I'm ready for this trip to be over, and we're only a few hours into it. Please, Lord, let it get better. So this is what happens when you hove to. You can see we've created a slick here, and that slick of disturbed water is what's keeping us in position.
Emptied a quarter berth, tore out the shells and contents of a locker twice. Looks like we had a power supply problem, and the power supply originally went through a timer to turn it off and turn it on to save battery power during the early morning hours. Well, the battery power accidentally got pushed off, and that turned the Ingalls off, and it probably because we're on a port tack and we're heeled over to starboard that something accidentally bumped into the push button to turn it off.
All right, so okay, now that our Ingalls issue is behind us, it's time for us to do a little cooking, and I'll show you what we're cooking here. We are having, look at that, bone bag chicken and potatoes. I made that up just before we left. Put some onion and some garlic and some mushrooms in there with this little hot gravy sauce, and vacuum sealed it, so that's what we're having for dinner. And while I'm doing that, this is what the captain's doing. The captain is out here washing all the salt off. You can see on his pants, they're just covered with salt. As he told me, he took a Himalayan salt block out of his butt cheeks when he took a shower. So it's about 9:45 in the evening at the end of day 5. And about an hour ago, Dan woke me up during my pre-watch nap to tell me that we have further engine issues. It seems that the exhaust is leaking somewhere around some cylinder or something. I don't really understand. But we can't have the exhaust leaking into the engine compartment. Still have 7 days to go in this journey. And I'm ready to be sitting in a pub. Thought you guys might be interested in hearing sounds from the forward berth, since I spoke about that the other day. This is what it sounds like when we're crashing through 3-meter swells. And keep in mind, these are the normal sounds. Not indicating anything's wrong. So here we are, folks. Day 8. What you doing, Dan?
Oh, I'm rearranging the lazarette. I have nothing else better to do. I thought I'd put in a couple of recliners and a nice wingback chair.
Really, what are you doing?
Well, I'm going into the lazarette to work on the engine exhaust again. This is my favorite thing. If you don't do it a couple times on a trip, it's not worthwhile going.
Alright. This is what, the 3rd time we've worked on this now?
This will be the 3rd time, yes.
Is the 3rd time a charm?
I hope that's the way that works.
I know my man Dan will get this fixed. As I said, my man can fix anything. We are peeing over the side and life is good. Woohoo! After 7 days of complete chaos on this passage from Fiji to New Zealand, a passage that had rough seas, high winds, water flooding into the companionway, not once, but 3 times, a freezer that stopped working for a time, a leak in 2 lockers, and an exhaust issue that took stopping 3 times to finally get it fixed enough to get us to New Zealand. But after all that, we wake up on day 8 and we are rewarded with this magnificent blue, beautiful, totally flat sea that makes everything that you went through in the last 7 days entirely worth it. And this is why we do what we do. It may not always be fun. It may be pretty stressful from time to time. And there's times where I won't lie, I want it off of this boat. But then when you wake up and you see this, you remember exactly why we come out here and we sail the big, beautiful blue oceans and see the things we see. So it's a beautiful day on Dazzler. We've got 3 more days to make it to New Zealand. And we're just hoping and praying the rest of our journey is as gorgeous as this is right here.
Sir, this is Dan on Dazzler, and we have just passed Dockland 5 heading inbound, and we would like a lift if you have the opportunity.
Not a problem at all, Dazzler.
It is 4-8 off deck and 5-6 off water. Roger, thank you.
This is the Hatea River Bridge in Whangarei. This will be fun because it's not high tide yet, and I don't know, last time we went through here with about a foot under the keel. Here we are headed into Town Basin Marina. It is November 8th, 2019. After 11 days at sea from Lautoka, Fiji, we have arrived in Whangarei. It's a beautiful day and there's anchor down beers ahead. Hooah!
We're in New Zealand now, and